What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe, and by the title of this video you would know that this is going to be my coming out story, or my coming out stories, because I have more than one. Now before I get into the video, I'm gonna do a quick just little disclaimer. I haven't posted a video in over a month, and that is due to the fact that I am filming on my phone and I am also editing on my phone. So if you do not know how that works, it's hard. So I actually have 3 videos pre-filmed from a month ago actually, and I was editing them, but because I couldn't download the videos to my phone so I can upload them to YouTube, I had to buy the app and it was a whole thing. But I actually have 2 of the 3 videos filmed and ready to go, so I will be posting those on the days coming by. The 3rd video, I actually edited, but I somehow can't download it. So basically what I am going to do is I am going to refilm that video. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but this video is going up first before any of the 3 pre-filmed videos, and I actually do have in mind some other videos, so just keep that in mind. You know, I am trying my best. I do want this YouTube career to happen. You know, it's something that I've wanted for a really long time. So yeah, a little disclaimer on the videos. I know it's been over like a month since I posted my first video, and just a really quick disclaimer on that. Another disclaimer is, in these videos that I post until further notice, I feel like you are going to hear a lot of background noise, specifically cars. And the thing to do with that is that I live on a very busy street. I live in an apartment complex, and it is very noisy and busy and hectic, and it's one of the busiest streets on, you know, where I live. So there's cars constantly going by and everything, and I live really close to a gas station. I'm literally the corner apartment to the street, to the gas station. So if you do hear noise, I am so sorry. I am trying my best to drown out the background noise without making it awkward in the video. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon, I guess this is kind of like a little update video, but this particular video is going to be a part of a mini series or a series in my channel that I am going to do, you know, every so often. So this is the first episode of my trans diaries, and I am very happy about this because growing up, I wrote in my diaries a lot. So I kind of wanted to make it a video. I've seen a few videos like this where it's like diaries or journeys or like things to do with that nature, and I really wanted to do this. And this series is just going to be about me, about my life, about my journey, about my transition, about all things to do with that. So yeah, that was just a little quick update on everything and why I've been MIA from uploading, from, you know, anything. I thought that the best way to start this series is to start off where every series should start off, at the beginning. And for me, the beginning is my coming out story. So I was also very inspired by someone who I look up to, and that is none other than Miss Gigi Gorgeous. I met her at Barnes & Noble at her book tour, and she signed my book. She gave me a book. She's gorgeous, guys. I actually rhinestoned the gorgeous part on her book just to personalize it a little bit more. But if you guys have not gotten her book, Gigi Gorgeous, He Said, She Said, I thought I knew everything that was trans and transitioning, but this book opened up my eyes way more, guys. And I was actually lazy and didn't want to read it, so I actually went to audible.com/Gigi Gorgeous to get a free book, and I got her book for free. So she actually read it to me, so that was pretty cool. And guys, I so recommend you guys check out this book if you haven't, especially if you want to learn more about transgender life and transitioning and just all things to do with that. And I will forever treasure this book, guys. Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew way before me that I was different, but my first clear memory of me knowing that I was different, that I was not quote unquote normal was in first grade. I clearly remember my teacher saying boys on one side, girls on the other side. And you know, kids are so innocent that I walked over to the girl side. I always felt more comfortable in the girl side. I always felt more comfortable with girls. And I never understood why. Yeah, so that's one very clear, vivid memory that I have of me realizing that I was different and without knowing that I was transgender. So throughout my whole elementary school years, I pretended that I was quote unquote straight. Secretly, I was at home playing with Bratz dolls with my sister and playing dress up and playing all these girly games that, you know, weren't for me, but it was just one of those things. My dad was very, very strict on me, and he was very, what we like to call in the Mexican and Latino world, he was very machista. So every time he saw something feminine in me, he would try to change it. If I would talk a certain way and it was feminine, he would tell me to correct that. If I would walk feminine, he would tell me to walk straight. Even the way I sang, he would tell me I needed a deeper voice. And when I would play with my friends who were girls and my sister, he will always tell me, no, like, find some guy friends. So I never understood that. And that kind of did traumatize me. I won't lie. It's very hard to be a kid and being told almost every day you're doing something wrong or you're being someone wrong. So that was very, you know, tough on me. And then middle school came along, and I remember thinking to myself, maybe I'm bisexual, because I kind of wanted to please everybody who didn't want me to be gay, and I also wanted to please myself, you know? So I was like, maybe I'm bisexual, and that was the very first time I came out. I actually remember, I believe I was 13 years old. This was, I believe, in 7th grade, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been 8th grade. But I remember sitting down with my mom and my dad and telling them, hey, I don't know what I am. I just want to live me. And I remember crying because it was the very first time that I felt so vulnerable around my parents and kind of admitting that I was different, you know? And my mom took it very, very well, while my dad kind of still processed it a little bit, but it wasn't anything major. The second time I came out as gay. And I didn't come out like to my parents as gay. I didn't come out to anyone as gay. I just kind of embraced that I didn't like girls. I clearly liked boys. So like a lot of my friends knew that I was gay or gay, and they were really, really cool about it. And, you know, I was always scared of my parents, you know, not liking the idea, even though I already had came out to them. But I feel like in some way they still felt that there was hope that I wasn't. A lot happened between middle school and high school. Basically, my mom and my dad separated, and I felt guilty because I thought it was of me. Me and my dad never got along. We never really saw eye to eye. And when I finally stood up to him, it was to the point where things got almost physical. And I remember it was one of the worst times in our lives. I really feel weird talking about this because I've said this a million times to myself, but when I post this, it's gonna be on the internet forever. And I don't want my dad to come across as a bad person, because I know he's not. But at the time, I thought he was. And he just wasn't supportive of me. And he never really, not cared, but I think he was just scared for me. And I understand that. And I wish I knew that. And so I just decided to come out to like my friends. And when my mom and my dad separated, it was just obvious, you know, because I started wearing more feminine clothes. I started talking and acting how I normally would act and talk. And then I started wearing makeup. So that was pretty awesome. But something in me just didn't feel complete. Something in me thought that me coming out as gay was going to be better, and it was in a way, but I still didn't feel comfortable. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Being gay is a boy that identifies as a boy liking other boys. And in my case, I didn't like the idea of being a boy. I honestly never liked being a boy. I always wanted to be a girl. And growing up, I knew I was a girl. Growing up, I knew I was in the wrong body. I knew that everything I was doing was right. But if it was wrong to people because of the gender and body I was born in. I hope that makes enough sense for some of you guys to understand. But I wasn't happy being a gay man. I wanted to be a heterosexual woman who liked men. I didn't want to be identified as a boy who liked boys. I wanted to be known as a girl who liked boys. I, in a way, wanted to be normal, if that makes any sense. But basically, this was around the time that I was introduced to Gigi, or in her case, I was introduced to Gregory. I actually started watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and I started just looking up, my coming out stories, because I wanted to see what it felt like to other people. I kind of, in a way, didn't feel alone. I didn't feel alone, and I knew that there were more people who felt and were like me. And then when she came out with her transgender video, it completely shook me, because I didn't think that was a possibility. I didn't think that being transgender was even a thing. She was, in a way, my trans mother, because she opened my eyes to what could be. And when she said, I am transgender, I am a female, I am a girl who was born in the wrong body, something clicked in my mind, and I literally told myself, oh my God, I'm transgender. I finally found the word to describe myself, to go by. I was still so young and scared, and I didn't want to say it out loud, because I had gone through all this journey of being gay, and in a way I didn't want to disappoint my family. I didn't know how people would react to me being transgender, and the only way I could describe this is that I was trapped in my mind. Chloe was incarcerated in my mind, and I didn't want to let her out, because I knew as soon as I let her out, I would never be able to put her back in. I just want Gigi to know how much she means to me, because she opened up so many doors for me, and it feels so good to have a weight lifted off your shoulders. I remember knowing about transgenders now, and I wanted so bad to start on hormones, but I couldn't because I was scared. I was scared to tell my parents. I was scared to even say it out loud, and I kept it in. And when I turned 18, I got a job. I think like within 6 months, I had my own car. I was paying my own phone bills. I was paying my car. And I moved out. I moved out from my mom's place, and I started living on my own. That is when I met my boyfriend, and we actually started living together really, really quickly, and I lived with another really good friend of mine. And I was living 40 minutes away from my family, and that gave me so much space to just explore and be myself. I felt so independent, guys. Like, I felt so trapped because I was so dependent on my parents that when I started working and I was able to buy whatever I wanted, I felt free. And so I bought my very first purse. It was a black and white like satchel type of purse, and I bought it at Plato's Closet. I started dressing a little bit more feminine, so I kind of started wearing more and more makeup. I started wearing dresses and skirts. I started wearing a bra. I actually ended up buying my first pair of heels also at Plato's Closet, and it's actually this pair right here. I will forever hold these in my heart because this was the very first time I felt like myself. This was the very first time that I was happy. And you have no idea what true happiness feels like until you've experienced it. And basically, I just started being myself. So that was when I was 18. I'm 22 years old right now. And I still haven't started hormones. And it's not because I don't want to. I would love to start hormones. It's just transitioning is a huge financial thing, you know. It costs a lot of money just to even do hormones, let alone, you know, breast surgery or bottom surgery. I, you know, hope that in the future the door is open for me to fully transition. I only see myself as a woman, but not a lot of people still understand transgender and transitioning. It was only this year that I decided to finally call and say and change my name to Chloe. And the decision was made upon the same way I kind of just decided to make YouTube, because I am not getting any younger. So I am basically just being myself, and I couldn't be happier, guys. I know that the future is bright and it holds so many wonderful and great things for me, and I know there's so much more to come, and I can't wait. I'm excited, and I just want anyone who has any questions about transgender and what it means, and if you have a friend, family member who is transitioning and you don't know how to treat them, I would honestly say read this book, because she tells you a lot of information everyone needs to know. We are not educated enough on queerness. We're not educated enough on sexuality, and I think that is a big no-no, because they could teach us in school math and all this other stuff, but without this is real life. This is real life situations that happen, and people are lost. They're lost because they don't know, because nobody is telling them. And that was me for such a long time. I wish I had someone pushing me. I wish I had someone telling me it's okay, I will help you. I wish someone actually helped me the way I want to help everyone who is confused. Just know that it does get better. You know, I am healthy. I have an amazing boyfriend. I am independent. And I have a lovely support system. Still have yet to push, you know. It's hard when your own family doesn't identify you as what you feel. But I know that it's all with work. And it's just what it is, you guys. I just can't express how grateful I am to actually not have it that bad. Because I know that there is way worse things in life, and people actually have it way worse than me. So with that being said, you guys, that will conclude today's episode on my trans diaries, and I just hope that you guys found a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of help on, you know, how to treat the situation, because it's so difficult. It is a difficult situation for anyone to go through, and let alone coming out, it feels like crap. with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing and being so patient with my videos. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked or disliked, please let me know down below. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to go ahead and follow me on all of my social media. Everything will be linked down below. And until next time, guys, be happy. Goodbye, angels.